Weird sciencey facts that boggle my mind. This one's gonna be painful for all the people who say Appalachian incorrectly. Now, it's no secret that many Scottish immigrants settled in the Appalachians. It is, however, a little more surprising that Scotland itself is kind of settled in the Appalachians, as well as a part of Africa, and vice versa. See, what we know today as the modern Appalachian mountain range formed about 300 million years ago, and it was formed by a continental car accident. Back then, the landscape was a little different. Instead of the continents of like the Americas and Europe and Africa, there was Laurussia and Gondwana, and I'm sure I messed up both of those names. Two humongous continental land masses just floated into each other. And even though these are the slowest collisions on the planet, taking place over millions of years, they still have massive amounts of force behind them. Enough force to crumple flat land into mountains as high as the Himalayas. And though the Appalachians are just a withered core of what they once were after millions of years of wind and weather and erosion, this is the event that created them. And when they were shiny and new, their highest peaks rivaled any of those in the Himalayas. Back then, the dating scene wasn't real great for continents, as there wasn't a whole lot of them floating around. So when Laurussia and Gondwana bumped into each other, they figured, why not just see how this works out? They tied the knot, moved in together, eventually got some pet dinosaurs, settled down, and just became the supercontinent of Pangaea. Just look it up. And things went great for about 150 million years, but eventually some cracks did start forming in their marriage. Literally. About 175 million years ago, they decided it wasn't working out and they should see other people, so they split up. Literally. And after splitting up, they both went to find themselves and ended up becoming all of the continents we know and love today. But of course, when they split up along similar lines that they came together on. And they were joined at the Central Pagean mountain range, which today we know as the Appalachian Mountains. But we also know them as the Scottish Highlands and the Atlas Mountain Range in northwestern Africa. So you can hike the Appalachian Trail and then cross an ocean and take a stroll in the Scottish Highlands and then travel down to Morocco to climb the highest peak in the Atlas Mountains and never leave the mountain range you started in, at least historically, geologically speaking. And the fact that Scotland, Africa, and Appalachia aren't as far apart as the oceans between them make them seem, well, that is pretty mind-boggling.